Hello, my name is Mrs. Overish, and today we're going to talk about patterns. We can see patterns all around us. We hear them in the songs that we listen to. We can read them in our books. We can see them using shapes and colors. We even see them in our clothes and the routines that we have throughout our day. A pattern is anything that's repeated over and over again. When we look at a pattern, we can describe it to the people around us by identifying the different things that we see that are repeating. Today, we're going to practice describing the patterns by listening to a story called Beep Beep Vroom Vroom. Let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to read a story called Beep Beep Vroom Vroom. Throughout our story, we'll be able to identify different patterns that we see. Beep, beep, vroom, vroom. Already on our first page, we can hear our first pattern. The words beep, beep, and vroom, vroom repeat themselves, creating a pattern. Beep, beep, honked the yellow cars. Vroom, vroom, zoomed the red cars. Crash, crash, banged the blue cars. You know what I notice on this page? I notice that we have yellow, red, and blue cars, which are our three primary colors. I also see that there's 4 yellow, 4 red, and 4 blue cars. Cars are fun, said Kevin, for big kids to play with. I like cars, said Molly. You're too little to play with my cars, said Kevin. I notice we have our same 4 red, our same 4 yellow cars, and the same 4 blue cars. Molly waited until Kevin went downstairs. Then, vroom, vroom, zoomed the red cars. Beep, beep, honked the yellow cars. Crash, crash, banged the blue cars. Dad heard lots of vrooming, crashing, and beeping. Molly, Dad said, you know you shouldn't play with Kevin's cars unless you ask. Let's put them right back where you found them. Kevin always lines his cars up a special way. Can you see a pattern on this page? I see blue, blue, yellow, yellow, red, red. Then it starts over. Blue, blue, yellow, yellow, red, red. The cars make a pattern because they're repeating and then they're the same both times. Molly waited until Dad went downstairs. Then, crash, crash, banged the blue cars. Beep, beep, honked the yellow cars. Vroom, vroom, zoomed the red cars. I also can see another pattern in this story. Every time she's playing with the blue cars, it says crash, crash, banged the blue. Beep, beep, honked the yellow, and vroom, vroom, zoomed the red. So our story is repeating the phrase of how they're describing how Molly is playing with the cars. This time, Mom heard all the crashing, beeping, and vrooming. Oh, Molly, Mom said, you've made a big mess of Kevin's cars. Can you help me put them back the way he lines them up? We have a new pattern down below. Red, red, yellow, blue, blue, yellow. Our pattern starts back over with our 2 red cars. Red, red, yellow, blue, blue, yellow. So our cars are in a new pattern. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 red cars, 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cars, 1, 2, 3, 4 blue cars. So our cars are still the same. Molly waited until Mom went downstairs. Then, beep, beep, honked the yellow cars. Vroom, vroom, zoomed the red cars. Crash, crash, banged the blue cars. Now Digger heard the beeping, vrooming, and crashing. Woof, Digger barked. Woof, woof. Digger gave Molly lots of kisses, and he wagged his tail a little too much. What happened when he wagged his tail a little too much? Our cars went everywhere. Molly, called Kevin from the kitchen, you'd better not be playing with my cars. I'm coming upstairs to see. Molly put the cars back on the shelf as fast as she could. She could hear Kevin coming closer and closer. Molly looked at the cars. They didn't look quite right. She lined them up again quickly. Let's look at the pattern that she made with our cars. Yellow, blue, red. Yellow, blue, red. Yellow, blue, red. And yellow, blue, red. Do we still have 4 yellow cars? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we still have 4 red cars? 1, 2, 3, 4. And do we still have 4 blue cars? 1, 2, 3, 4. So even though we have a different pattern, we still have the same amount of cars. When Kevin walked in the door, he found his cars, just the way he left them. Can you say this pattern with me? Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Vroom, vroom, zoomed the red cars. Beep, beep, honked the yellow cars. Crash, crash, banged the blue cars. Maybe someday you'll be old enough to play with cars too, Molly, said Kevin. Surprise, Molly, said Mom. She was standing in the doorway. We were going to wait until your birthday to give you these, but we think you're old enough to have them now. Molly smiled at the shiny new cars. Then, beep, beep, honked the green cars. Vroom, vroom, zoomed the purple cars. Crash. Can you see a pattern on this page with her new cars? We have green, purple, green, purple, green, purple. The end. Thank you so much for listening to our story, Beep, Beep, Vroom, Vroom. It was wonderful that you came today while we talked about describing patterns. I hope you were able to identify some of the patterns that we saw in our story called Beep, Beep, Vroom, Vroom. My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'll see you next time.